Don't Trust Kevin Hart, Extortion, Infidelity, and How Kevin Hart Cheated on His Pregnant Wife. A successful career, a happy family, and an unwavering love of millions of fans. It's safe to say Kevin Hart has it all. The pint-sized comedian has become one of the most recognizable acts of the 2010s, with iconic roles in hit movies, TV shows, and his critically acclaimed comedy specials. Away from the big screen, Hart has also enjoyed personal successes, being the proud father of 4 healthy, happy kids, as well as a long-term marriage to his partner, Eniko Parrish. But with fame comes temptation, and a spotlight can be a poison to those who aren't ready for it. In 2017, Hart, ever the proud family man, showed the world he had a much darker side. The comedian was involved in a messy infidelity scandal that quickly turned ugly as he was reportedly extorted and threatened with releasing a sex tape involving him and the other woman. Public accusations, betrayed by his inner circle, and all this while his wife sat at home pregnant. It really seemed like Kevin's Hart could not be trusted. You probably didn't need any introduction to Kevin Hart. Today, the Philly native is box office dynamite, starring in a line of successful comedies from Get Smart to Jumanji and Ride Along. Hart got his start as a stand-up comic and has worked his way up the showbox ladder to where he is today. But while Hart is a household name, you may be unfamiliar with his wife. Eniko Parrish is a model and influencer who's probably most famous for being Kevin Hart's other half. She boasts an impressive 3.3 million followers on Instagram and got her big break walking the runway in the 2013 BET TV series, Rip the Runway. The two met in a nightclub in DC all the way back in 2009. Parrish reflects on how Hart went to the DJ booth to serenade her and admits to being instantly attracted to the comedian. One thing led to another and it just happened. We couldn't resist each other. It was non-stop. Hart proposed to Eniko on her 30th birthday, 6 years after they first met, and in 2016, they tied the knot in a lavish Santa Barbara ceremony. A year later, Eniko announced she was expecting their first child together. Everything seemed perfect. Hart was at the height of his career, all while his new life was coming together perfectly. It seemed like nothing could go wrong for the pint-sized comedian from Philly until July 2017. Rumors had been swirling throughout the summer that Hart had been unfaithful to pregnant wife Eniko. Hart would frequently travel for work engagements, shoots, and shows, leaving his wife back in their LA home alone. Now, accusations of cheating are nothing new for celebs. Tabloids and gossip sites have to generate readers somehow, and there's never a shortage of people looking for clout and willing to say anything to get it. Things would hopefully pass, and the magazines would shift their attention onto someone juicier as soon as it came up, right? Not exactly. Out of nowhere, Hart posted an emotional apology video to its Instagram, confirming the alleged infidelity and apologizing to all those he had hurt, especially his pregnant wife. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I am or claim to be in any way, shape, or form. And I made a bad error in judgment, and I put myself in a bad environment where only bad things can happen, and they did. In a shocking turn, Hart then goes on to detail how somebody was trying to make financial gain off his mistake. I'm at a place in my life where I feel like I have a target on my back, and because of that, I should make smart decisions. Recently, I didn't. It was alleged that somebody had been trying to extort the comedian for an undisclosed amount, somewhere in the millions, to stop a sexually suggestive video with this other woman from getting leaked. In Hart's Netflix docuseries Don't F This Up, Eniko reveals how she discovered Hart had cheated on her. As the model sat for breakfast one morning, a random direct message popped up on her phone. She opened it to see the video of Hart and another woman getting cozy. The comedian's wife, now 7 months pregnant, said, "I immediately lost it. I called him. I'm crying. I'm like pissed. I kept saying, how the fuck did you let this happen?" Other woman in question is Montia Sabag, a stripper turned model who decided to go public after news of the extortion went viral. In an attempt to save her reputation, she held a press conference denying any involvement in the extortion scandal. "I'm not an extortionist. I had nothing to do with these recordings." Sabag's lawyer instead claimed that she was a victim, having been recorded without her consent in a compromising position. A criminal trial would take place over the extortion allegations, and in it, Sabag accused Hart of allowing a close friend to access their room and set up the video camera to record them in an effort to promote his upcoming comedy tour and grow his status within pop culture. A bit of a weird way to promote your new show, but if you say so, I guess. Hart's longtime friend, JT Jackson, was charged with attempted extortion, attempted concealing and selling stolen property, unauthorized use of personal ID, and identity theft. All charges would eventually be dropped due to insufficient evidence, but Jackson and Hart's 15 years of friendship never recovered. When asked about his feelings on the verdict, Hart said, "You know, they kind of put a fork in the road between he and I, and that relationship was lost. But I'm glad that now not only can I finally speak on it, but I can say I'm happy that that chapter of my life is over. Jackson would himself make an Instagram post celebrating his acquittal, and later opened up about how his relationship with Hart deteriorated. Talking to Comedy Hype, he expressed that he's disappointed with the way Hart handled the issue. "If you thought that I did something to you in these accusations that they're accusing me, your boy for 15 years, you don't want to sit down and talk to me, brother?" He revealed that throughout the trial, Hart didn't so much as speak to him about the allegations, despite their long-lasting friendship. While the matter of extortion had been dealt with, Hart still had to make amends for his infidelity. Hart didn't go into detail about what had actually transpired, keeping things brief when he sat down with the Breakfast Club in December 2017. "I'm guilty of infidelity, regardless of how it happened and what was involved." Stills of the alleged video were released, showing Hart lying in between the ex-stripper's legs and grabbing her thigh in a suggestive manner. But other than that, the public knew very little of what had actually gone down. Thankfully, though, Sabag was less shy about discussing the details. She admitted to Daily Mail TV that her and the comedian weren't just getting cozy, and that they had actually slept together 3 times, with Sabag claiming to have been aware of the comedian's marital status. The California model went into unflinching detail about how she met Hart while with a group of friends, and they all jetted off to Las Vegas to party. "I was intimate with Kevin 3 times in the course of maybe 3 days. It was fun." The two became intimate just hours after their plane touchdown in Sin City, with the ex-stripper joining Hart and his crew for the 3-day-long party. She asserts the sexual video was filmed during the day when Hart was sober and not at night when he was drunk, removing any doubt about Hart's mental clarity in the moment. Sabag detailed how the affair was more than just physical. "We just get along. We get each other. He's funny. I'm funnier. We had a connection. We had chemistry. We clicked. It was fun. He didn't try to woo me. It was just an instant connection." Despite everything that had come out, Hart and Eniko were able to patch things up and started moving forward with their lives. A heavily pregnant Eniko admitted to feeling publicly humiliated by the affair, but for the sake of their family, forgave Hart. "I like the fact that we have a family, that we have a household, and I like the fact that we now got a job to do to get better. That's what you owe me. You owe me to get better." Since then, the couple have put up a united front, and Hart has managed to stay out of any more cheating scandals, while he continues to star in blockbusters year after year. But what if I told you this wasn't the first time the comedian has cheated on his wife? And I don't mean Eniko. Prior to his marriage with Eniko, Kevin Hart had been married to Tori Hart, an actress, producer, and television personality from their hometown of Philadelphia. The pair married in 2003, and Hart shares 2 children with his ex, Heaven and Hendrix Hart. After 8 years of marriage, Tori would file for divorce from her entertainer husband. The reason? Cheating. Back in 2010, the pair went through a very public and very painful breakup as the stand-up comedian found himself caught in his first infidelity scandal. Tori Hart opened up about the impact her ex-husband's actions had on her at the time. "I mean, there was times where I was like, God, I don't want to be here anymore," because the divorce was very public, and I also had to watch him move on with a whole nother woman and whole nother family. But the pair, who had been college sweethearts, were able to find some solace in each other during the fallout, as Tori admits to reaching out to her ex-husband for help when things got too hard to manage. Hart put her in contact with Iyanla Vanzant, host of Iyanla Fix My Life on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Vanzant, a life coach and spiritual teacher, became Tori's personal therapist and helped the producer get through the breakup in one piece. Tori credits Iyanla for helping her reach a breakthrough in how she thought about her failed marriage. "So I made a decision to stay happy. I made a decision to move on all the way forward. Let the past be the past. Start on my new journey." Hart and Tori's main focus is now on successfully co-parenting their 2 kids, something Tori says has gotten smoother over the years. "We made a conscious decision to make sure that we want healthy, happy children. So it's about our kids. It's not about us." Sitting down for an interview with Inside Edition, she spoke about a few of the reasons her relationship with Hart broke down: lies and infidelity, alongside the fact the pair had grown apart, all contributed to their eventual divorce. Now, you may be wondering, who was the woman Hart allegedly was cheating on his first wife with? Well, it's not 100% known, but it's heavily implied that the other woman in Hart's first marriage was none other than Eniko Parrish. Before Hart admitted to cheating on second wife Eniko, the pair were celebrating 8 years together. In an Instagram post captioned, "Love you every day, 8 years together, 1 year married, forever to go," Eniko gushed at her movie star beau, but something wasn't adding up. At this point in time, Hart and ex-wife Tori had only been divorced 6 years, but he was celebrating 8 years with Eniko? Yikes. After fans pointed out the conflicting timelines, Eniko began began a back and forth on her socials, saying in a now deleted Instagram comment, "Their marriage was broken way before I came in the picture. They were separated, living in separate homes. I was never a secret. She knew that as well. Don't believe the hype." In another deleted comment, Parrish said the original cheating rumors about Hart back in 2010 were spread by Tori years ago because she wanted to play the victim and not own up to her wrongdoing as well. Parrish added that Tori only singled her out because her relationship with Hart stuck. I mean, talk about getting messy. Tori, understandably, didn't like this and replied to Eniko's comments. "Eniko, sweetheart, normally I don't feed into this, but when you addressed me directly, you forced my hand to respond. We have made successful strides to becoming a loving co-parenting family, but you now have left it open to my character to be questioned. You, Kevin, and I know the truth." Speaking to TMZ, Hart's ex-wife said, "She forced my hand to address this publicly. The most important thing to me is my children. So if my children see something that she's writing that makes me look like a liar, no." Hart admitted to being unfaithful to his first wife, adding the painful experience to his stand-up routine in 2013. "Lying ruined my marriage. That's a lie. I cheated." As the audience laughed, he continued, "Yes, people, I cheated. Am I ashamed of it? No, I'm not. Do I wish I could take it back? No. No, I do not." He would quickly go on to explain himself. "You can't evolve as a man if you never make a mistake. The only way that you can be perfect is to not fuck up. I did it. I fucked up. Don't cheat." Hart sat down with Chelsea Handler in 2016, only a few months after he tied the knot with second wife Eniko, and opened up about his past infidelity. "I was young on my first marriage. I'm not ashamed to say that, guys. I got married at the age of 22. I was still all over the place. I didn't really understand the definition of marriage." But an apparently remorseful Hart was quick with a joke. "At the same time, that was when I was in the prime of my sexy, so don't blame me. That's when I was figuring it out." Despite his comedic approach to the whole situation, Hart isn't all laughs. Sitting down with Will Smith for a Father's Day special of Red Table Talk, he spoke about how his actions have affected his children. "You're never prepared for that side of it. I can say having a little girl in my life is tough. You don't realize the impact that your mistakes could truly have." He opened up about how his relationship with his daughter took a dive after the cheating allegations proved to be true, and how even today he's still working on repairing things. "Getting my daughter to understand that I was sorry that I made a mistake. My daughter was tough on me. Until this day, my daughter is tough on me." Things seem to have settled down for the night school actor, as he's managed to stay out of any new infidelity scandals. His relationship to Eniko Parrish looks stronger than ever, as the two appear to have moved on from the ordeal, now focused on raising their two young kids. But what do you think? Should Eniko have forgiven Hart so quickly, given that he has a reputation for this type of behavior? Has Hart turned over a new leaf, or is the saying true, once a cheater, always a cheater? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Check back tomorrow for more true celeb stories.